Hey guys, you asked for it and I'm going to bring it to you. Today we're going to take a look at some Conquest gameplay on Markaz Monolith. And let me tell you, if you like close urban combat with some vehicles mixed in, then this map is the one for you. Hey guys, how's it going? Kulprit here. And before I get too much into the gameplay commentary, I wanted to kind of freeze this entry screen, zoom over onto the map, so we can take a look at the layout. This is Markaz Monolith, this is Conquest. You can see it's 4 flags. That's on console, probably maybe bigger on PC, we're not sure. But notice the shape of it. I mean, generally it's in a square. The only thing I could liken it to really is probably like SEN Crossing. Because, you know, everything else kind of plays out a little linear in all the other maps we have for the most part. I mean, there's 2 flags right next to each other, that kind of thing. But I don't know of any other one that really has 4, unless it's just one escaping me. But yeah, it's an interesting shape. It's going to make for some really chaotic battles. It's a very urban environment, as you can see here. Buildings, destruction everywhere, cover, changes of elevation. It's a very busy map. There you go. You see a tank up top there rolling across the highway, the bridge there. It's very busy. Like I said, there's stuff everywhere. There's, you know, these piles of wood, bricks, coils of wire, you know, Connex trailers, all kinds of stuff. It's just very, 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 I want to say chaotic, but it's not chaotic. It's just a lot of stuff. It's everywhere. The environment is full of things to hide behind, you know, blow up, fall on you, whatever, say whatever. I love it. I mean, I got to say, even watching on the PS3, which I'm not trying to be a hater, but the graphics obviously are lesser quality than I'm accustomed to, but even said, these maps are beautiful, man, and the detail they have on them are insane. I can't wait to see these in all their glory on the PC, you know, settings, ultra settings all the way up. It's going to be awesome. I mean, some of the artwork they have on these buildings and the destruction are pretty incredible. So I edited this one down a little bit differently for you guys. It's not so much, I didn't make it so much about the gameplay. As you can see here in the beginning, as can be a problem on Conquest on the consoles, it's a little slow in the beginning as far as gunplay and just seeing enemies, frankly. But I left it in here because of the fact that he runs around, and this, of course, this gameplay is brought to me by Nova again. Thank you so much, Nova. Basically, he's allowing me to make requests, and he's filling them as best he can. Make sure you guys head over to his site and just tell him you appreciate it. I know I do. But like I said, he's running around the map, and obviously he's not getting into gunfights. And normally this would be a relatively boring gameplay, I guess you guys would say. But in running around, he's basically taking you on a tour of the map, and you can kind of get an idea of running from one flag to the next, and little back alleys and things like that. So I left it in, and I just kind of cut the video that way to be more focused on giving you a feel for the map, a flavor of the style, you know, the changes of elevations, like I said, the building kind of artwork, that kind of thing. Just so you can kind of get a little bit of a feel. We're all going to play the hell out of it that first day. Some of you already have, obviously, on PlayStation. Once I get my hands on the game, I'm actually going to, you know, do a lot more strategic videos on, you know, think from a rush, you know, approaching the first MCOMs, then the next MCOMs, the ways I like to go, the alternate routes, that kind of thing. But for now, I want to focus on just giving you a feel for the map. And this is the centerpiece of the map to the left here. This is the Monolith. He's going to go in there later. Oh, he's going to go in there right now. You get an idea of the scale of this building and of this map and of this DLC in general. It is large. It is grand. Between this one and the Palace one, it's kind of overwhelming, to be quite honest. It's just it's huge. And again, it's a destructed building. It's wide open, but there's so much cover and little mounds and things. It's gonna be crazy, honestly. I mean, I can't imagine this with, let's just say, 64 players. It's gonna be crazy, as are most maps. So it might take a little while before we can find a sweet spot on how many players. I'm personally probably gonna try to aim for about 32 to start with, because 24 here just doesn't look like quite enough. So I'm thinking 32, maybe 48 will be the sweet spot. Here you see some little hallways and things where you can get some position on some armor, which is really cool. This one definitely reminds me a lot of Karkand, and, you know, let's think Sharky, those kinds of, where, you know, you have, it's an infantry map. You just feel it. You feel it's about the infantry, but you have some armor mixed in, and if there's a competent driver in there, that armor can do a lot of work. So basically what we have is we have some choppers, some little bird choppers. We have the heavy armor, the tanks, and we have some of the new, I call technicals, basically improvised vehicles with, you know, some machine guns, some grenade launchers, and things like that. Those seem to be the vehicles you're going to be facing. And like I said, it seems that Destruction seems to be on par with Karkan, so a tank can really do some work, but I feel like it absolutely has to be supported by infantry, which is personally how I feel it should be. Now here, like I said, he's pretty much going all over the map. Now, it's a large map, but it's laid out much differently than I think we're accustomed to. It's more of a square map. More of a Grand Bazaar is more square, but even Grand Bazaar, obviously, we know Conquest, you know, the 3 flag is obviously very linear. As you get into the bigger map, the flag configurations, obviously, it tends to be a little more of a square, kind of like this one is. So it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out with more flags, assuming there are some. Obviously, I think, you know, on a map like this, with the very close quarter engagement, obviously we're going to have some armor. You're going to probably be seeing that engineer is king. I'm hoping that, you know, with the addition of the crossbow, granted, the concerns I have, the best case scenario is that the crossbow and the exploding tip will give some utility to the assault class, the medic class, so that he can help take out some of these vehicles too. Now, I mean, it shouldn't be as effective as an RPG or C4 or anything, but, you know, it should be a little more effective than, say, a 320 or a grenade. So just give him something, because, I mean, obviously medics are going to be very needed in here with, you know, a lot of it's going to be a tight map. People are going to be concentrated probably in the middle of those 4 points, which, you know, is a lot of space, and there's a lot of stuff in between it going on, buildings, alleys, roads, things like that. But you start getting 30, 40 people on here, it's going to be a meat grinder, which I'm excited for. Those are the type of matches I like. I love the flank. I love to outthink the enemy, but at the same time, I like to kind of have some battle lines. I like to have it where, hey, if you want to win this match, you gotta lace up your boots, and you gotta go win. You gotta go execute. They know which way you're coming. You know which way you have to go. There's nothing else for you to do to just go and win some gunfights. Think B corridor and Grand Bazaar. Here he goes, Nova, getting a little crafty, stealing some armor from the enemy, getting that kill. Instantly gets out to do the repair, and a buddy jacks the vehicle. Nice to see nothing changes in console or PC. So again, I left this in here because they take a little cruise in a different direction than you've seen so far. Just again to give you an idea of the environment you'll be playing in. I'm impressed, I gotta say, and I had hopes that this DLC was going to be in my personal wheelhouse. It's going to be something I enjoy, and it so far is absolutely looking like it is. You know, it's close quarters, but it's not like people are tripping over each other. The changes of elevation, I feel like, are going to give the smart player a much better advantage. You know, he can use cover to his advantage. He can hide. He can you know move unseen. Yet it's outdoors and it's wide open, so it's a good blend in that sense. This map particularly, I could see some concerns over snipers. There's a lot of rooftops. If some of the other videos I've seen in helicopters, and actually there was a little bit of helicopter footage I cut out of this one. It looks like it's going to be pretty easy to get on just about any roof in this little city. And as we know, if you can get on the roof, sniper's going to get up there. They're going to probably get into some of this damaged little nooks and crannies. And that's going to be an issue, because some of these buildings you see here with a lot of the damage, I don't believe they're destructible. You know, we all know the stock buildings, the ones we've seen in all the other maps. You know, all the buildings kind of repeat themselves. They're typically the same layouts or whatever. And relatively, if they appear undamaged, then that means you can damage them. These big ones that Dice is obviously, you know, done a lot of time with the custom artwork and things like that. They don't appear like that one straight ahead there. They don't appear to be damageable. Yet they look to me as though, you know, a crafty little recon guy jumping out of a chopper, then using maybe a spawn beacon or whatever, can get in there. So if he does, what do you do? It could be tough, could be a nuisance, but that's nothing new for Battlefield 3. It's like that on many other maps as well. Here's a nice little combo that Nova gets himself into. Again, there's a lot of vehicles around, but the thing I like is they're not heavy vehicles. They're not heavy armor. They're, you know, lightweight, the technical type vehicles. Hopefully there's only 1 or 2 tanks per team. I hope there's not any more. Preferably I'd like 1 tank on each team with a high respawn rate. This way that tank is a very, very valuable asset and must be protected at all times. Here again, we're back into the, I think this is what they call the mall. Oh, there you go, yeah, the mall. This is the monolith, basically. And you can get an idea for how high these floors go. It's at 4 or 5 floors up. Over to that direction, there is a footbridge that goes over a highway that enemies and you can use to access, you know, across the highway a little quicker and a little more cover. Like I said, it just gives you a little idea of the scale of this map, which is pretty tremendous. to me, the biggest thing about this entire DLC so far that I've seen, it has a nice blend of close quarters, you know, literally looking the enemy's eyes as you're killing them, but at the same time, mixed in are quite a few long sight lines where you have to worry about the sniper, or you have to worry about, you know, a vehicle or that type of thing. So to me, that just makes it much more immersive. It makes it much more authentic. I know that's that word everybody cringes at, but it just raises the enjoyment level for me, and it just brings Battlefield 3 to an entirely other level that no other game has touched or even approached, frankly. And it's really kind of what makes me so excited to play it. So here you go, guys. I'm gonna wrap this one up pretty soon. I'm just gonna commentate as we go. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Oh, he almost gets the chopper here. That's right, I forgot about this one. He was so close. But he's still on the flag, he's doing work, he's PTFOing. That's what I like to see. Anyway, like I said, guys, I'd really like to see what you guys, those of you that have played it on the Markaz Monolith, what are you liking the most, what are you liking the least? I still haven't seen, personally, I haven't seen any rush footage. That crane, I don't believe you can get on there. Like I said, there was helicopter footage before, there was no ladder on it. So unless you're really crafty with a helicopter jumping out, I don't know that you'll be able to get up there. I'm sure if you can, somebody's going to figure it out. So only time will tell. You know, those damn snipers will figure it out. But anyway, guys, that is just my quick kind of overview. Wasn't so quick, I guess, of Markaz. Am I saying that right? Markaz Monolith. This seems to be one of the vehicle-centric maps. I was told there's 2 vehicle-centric, 2 infantry-centric, but you can clearly see there's going to be plenty of, you know, infantry soldier fighting going on. I think they're all basically infantry-centric. These two just have a little more room, a little more roads, a little more accessibility for the vehicles and the tanks, which will kind of make it a little more vehicle-centric. I think it's great. I know a lot of you guys out there like to play with vehicles. It's not my thing, but like I said, if you like your close urban combat with some vehicles mixed in, this is definitely going to be a map you're going to enjoy. So that's going to just about wrap it up for this video, guys. Again, let me know what you're looking forward to, what you're not looking for. If you could hit the like button, I'd really appreciate that. And I will talk to you soon. Take care, guys.